In order to attract the creative ideas that are always all around us, you have to expand your awareness. And I'm going to show you how I do this with practical methods and also an exercise that you can do in the morning to set yourself up to receive those ideas all throughout the day. The reason I've implemented these methods to receive ideas is because I look at creativity as an action. You have to look at creativity as an action. If you think creativity and ideas are just things out of your power, out of your control, that ideas will just stumble upon you if they want, then you're going to block yourself off from your real power. So the ability to increase your creativity is in your hands. That's the first thing. The second is the nature of ideas themselves. There are literally ideas waiting all around us all the time, waiting to be seized if we only open ourselves to receive them. You have to understand that our mind's relationship to its surroundings is what determines the connections and ideas that it forms. In other words, how you relate to things is how you see those things, and how you see those things is what determines the ideas that you get from them. And most of us aren't consciously experiencing things. We go through the motions of the day without truly being present and observant. We block ourselves off from imagination through our thought patterns and habits and actions. So you see this pattern. Our thoughts, our actions, our habits are all creating our experience, our ideas, and so our creativity. Therefore, we can control our creativity and ideas through controlling our thoughts, our habits, and our actions. The methods I use in this video are because of this concept, and just to recap. 1, our creativity is in our control, and 2, ideas are all around us all the time. So how do we apply this to our own life? The key principle is awareness. Like I said before, if you want to get more ideas, you have to expand your awareness. Awareness is so important to have and grow in the creative process. This is legendary producer Rick Rubin on his chapter Awareness from his book The Creative Act. The universe is only as large as our perception of it. When we cultivate our awareness, we are expanding the universe. So the more aware we become, the larger our universe becomes. This is actually what the saying, if a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, did it even fall, can hint at. It's true though, if you're not aware of something, it's not there. But if you are, then it is, and you can use it. So when you increase your awareness, you increase your universe, and you increase your ideas. You embrace your true full potential to attract creative ideas. Now you can actually seize what's around you. Here, Rubin goes again. Material for our work surrounds us at every turn. It's woven into conversation, nature, chance encounters, and existing works of art. The ideas are already in front of you. You can't exclude something from being a potential idea. You have to remain open to the things around you, things you wouldn't expect to be ideas, especially when you have an emotional reaction to something. And this brings me into my first method, the most important method I feel. The first way to get ideas is this. Journal about emotional experiences that you have throughout the day. Your emotional reactions to things you come across reveal what it is that your soul resonates with, what it identifies with. And the things that your soul resonates with are the best seeds for creative work. If something is able to trigger a notable emotion out of you, whether that be happiness, sadness, melancholy, excitement, or something just purely enigmatic or indescribable, it has potential to become an idea because it's something that you care about on some level. So write down when you feel passion from a song, or a deep calm from a place in nature, or intrigue from something that you read in a book. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Monitor your radar. And this is also a great way to get into journaling. If you're not already, I talk about journaling a lot on my channel. And for artists, it's super important because getting your thoughts down on paper can show you what you're really feeling inside, and it can help you use that information for the better. So you write down when you have these moments, and then you explore them. Why do you think you felt that way? What do you think it was about the moment that spoke to you? How is it hinting at something deep within you? You have to be intuitive here. The answers are within you. You just got to bring them out. And then you explore how this could be a creative idea, how this can go into something that you're working on, or you just let it marinate. You let it be. I believe things come into our lives on perfect divine timing. That's my belief. So as you do this, I can promise you that you're going to notice a lot more alignment with the things that you notice in the world with your creative work than you might expect. Going off of this idea of emotional reactions and what they can teach us, here's the second method. This is my favorite one, and it uses the same concept as the first, only now it's applying to things that we've already experienced. And this is it. Think about why you love your favorite art. Why do you love your favorite movie, your favorite song, your favorite book? Write about it. What about those pieces of art move you? And what does that reveal about who you are and what you care about? You see the connection from this one and the previous one, right? This is all about really just trusting yourself, that you already have the answers, that your reactions to things are valid and they're there for a reason. And not only that, but they have a lot of power. What do these pieces of art say about the kind of art that maybe you want to make? What is your artistic language? Draw connections between these answers, whatever you answer to these questions, and the work that you're doing now, the creative work you're doing now. And you're going to notice certain correlations, or these are just going to sprout entirely different ideas for creative work. Now, this next method is the more challenging one, but it is the more rewarding one when it comes to going through discomfort for the sake of growth. It's a way of being that calls for discomfort given our modern tendencies to be over-reliant on different stimulations. And here it is. Don't fill in the silence. Resist the urge to have to be listening to a YouTube video or a song every time you do literally anything. Fold clothes, wash dishes, take a shower. Some of the best ideas come in the silence. And by training your mind to be okay with the silence, not only are you giving your mind more space to receive ideas, but now you're also practicing the key thing that we talked about earlier, which is awareness. When you regularly practice awareness, you are coming closer to this present moment right now, as I'm talking, which is the same moment as you're watching this video. It's the eternal now, everything happening in the now. And as you open up this channel, you're coming closer to the source of ideas. Now you're expanding your capacity to receive ideas, not blocking yourself from it. You can allow your mind to wander and fish for ideas. Maybe now that you're not listening to a podcast, you're actually noticing the details of the images on your shirt that you've never noticed before. This stuff might sound silly, but it's the profound effect that your shift in awareness has on your ability to make your mind literally a farm for creative ideas. Now, I'm not saying don't listen to podcasts or watch YouTube videos or play music or listen to audiobooks. I do all of these things plenty, but everything in moderation, right? Everything in balance. You will know deep down whether or not it's healthy for you to be watching a video at a certain time. You'll know. Next time you impulsively grab your phone to play something, once there's silence, notice if it's you consciously deciding to feed your mind in a good way, or if it's to stimulate your mind to fill in the silence when the silence is actually good for you in that moment. This brings me to my next method, which is directly related to the overstimulation from our phones. When we scroll on our phones for too long, we are convincing our minds that we've experienced everything we have to. So we drain our creativity and our capacity to receive ideas. And I've made a video on this before, so you should go watch it if you're resonating with what I'm saying right now. In order to take back our creativity and power of receiving ideas, we have to do a physically stimulating activity and do this regularly. Engage in a healthy way with your senses. Remember, your sensitivity is your superpower, so cultivate your relationship to it. Intentionally seek out an activity that you enjoy, whether that's walking or cooking or drawing or playing an instrument. Make this a practice so you have something to give your full attention to, not something that you can just scroll past after 2 seconds. Follow your bliss and do something you love. Again, be intuitive. The answer's in you, so if an idea is coming to your mind for an activity to do, just trust it. This is also going to help you cultivate your awareness as you become more engaged with this activity. Really be present with it as you're doing it. And this is what this whole video is really about. Presence, awareness, being open to receive. And to end, this is an activity that I recommend you guys do in the morning to set yourself up to receive ideas. It's all about awareness, bringing yourself to your senses, and not just feeding your mind to fill in the silence. Alrighty, this is an exercise to do in the morning to bring your awareness to your senses so that you can stay open to receiving ideas throughout the day. So when you wake up, make it a priority to come outside as soon as you can, before you start your work, before you get busy, and just be present. Notice your surroundings. So let's start like this. Close your eyes and just listen. What do I hear? Notice everything you hear. Right now I hear bugs. I hear cars in the back. Just stay in tune with your hearing. Make sure your eyes are closed, because more awareness is going to be able to go to the sense of hearing. Go to smelling. Go to your nose. What do you smell? The morning air. And open your eyes. Wow. The world always is a lot bigger when you're just listening to it and then you open your eyes. And look everywhere. Not just because usually in the day we're just looking forward. That's all we're looking, but look everywhere. Look above you. Wow. The moon. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Hello. I love the moon during the day. It's so beautiful. That right there is the awe and experience that we lose throughout the day. Turn around, look behind you. The sun coming through this tree, the grass, the forest, the mulch. Look below you. Look at where you're at. Look everywhere. I mean this. Just look everywhere. Do turns. Don't just look forward. Don't just do what you're always doing throughout the day. Heighten your awareness. What are you tasting? We lose sense of that fresh air, the quality of the fresh air when we're inside a lot. So really take that in the morning. And then finally, what are you feeling? Feel what's around you. Feel yourself, your clothes. Notice the texture of your shirt. Do you really notice the textures of your clothes throughout the day? Not really, right? But notice that. Be present with it, right? All the different textures. The shoes. Feel your shoes. Mine are really nice, comfortable, soft shoes. Very comfy. Right here, the grass. It's wet, but that's okay. I still like feeling the grass and the leaves. And notice this is a very patient process. This is a very still, quiet process. Because throughout the day, it's the complete opposite. We can overstimulate ourselves, like I said in the video, fill in the noise. But take the time to just be with yourself and be with your senses. Like, go slowly in this activity. There's no reason to rush. That's only going to hurt you. For artists, our senses are everything. So the more we work with physically stimulating our senses in a healthy way, with bringing our awareness, because the thing is, if you think about it, not to get too deep right now, but our phones are designed by some of the most intelligent people in the world to keep us on it. And again, it all has to do with sense stimulation. So take that power back to yourself. Make sure you're in control. And you want to do this in the morning because that's going to set up how you're going to experience the rest of your day, right? The first hour or two are really the most important in terms of the domino effect influencing the rest of the day. So do this in the morning. Bring yourself to your awareness, to your senses. And also do this throughout the day. Do this through the pockets of time where you have that free time. So if you're waiting in line for something, instead of just, grabbing your phone because of impulse, stop. Notice the people around you. Look up at the sky. Look up at the ceiling. Notice your surroundings. If you're waiting in a train or a bus for something, if you're going somewhere, don't just whip out your phone right away. First, take a moment. I'm not saying that you can't go on your phone, that you can't read a book. We all do those things. But first, at least just observe your surroundings. Just take a minute to just be at the presence of what's around you. At the end of this activity, right now I'm feeling like all of my senses are in tune right now. Like I'm conscious. I'm actually conscious. I'm actually aware. And this is not the same feeling that I experience 24/7 throughout the day once things start getting into the flow. And that's why it's important we disrupt that rhythm when we're just, in the normal rhythm of things. We disrupt it with a rhythm that's more aligned with being fully conscious, with being fully aware, open for those ideas. But yeah, it feels like I just started an open world video game for the first time. It's very powerful. You should do it. Material for our work surrounds us at every turn, so be open to receive those clues that reveal themselves. Notice things that bring up intense emotions. What are they trying to tell you? Why do you think you love your favorite art, and what does that say about you? Rest in the silence. Don't fill it in with noise. Stay open and do a healthy activity where you're engaging your senses, your presence, your receptivity. Be enthusiastic about this. The power that's inside of you is incredible. Start to seize it, and please, write down an idea when you get it. You don't want to forget the great ones. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you want to watch for more videos like these. If you like this one, you're going to like my other videos. Go out, stay open, and stay well. Peace. Oh, fuck.